Have you ever wondered what medicine looked like centuries ago? Today, we rely on modern science, advanced technology, and proven methods to keep us healthy. But in the past, things were a little different. Imagine going to a doctor and being told the solution to your problem is attaching leeches to your skin or even having a part of your brain removed. Sounds terrifying, right? Well, let's take a journey through time and explore some of history's most bizarre healing practices. First up, let's talk about bloodletting, one of the most popular medical practices in ancient and medieval times. Doctors believed that illnesses were caused by an imbalance of the body's four humours: blood, phlegm, yellow bile, and black bile. To restore balance, they thought it was necessary to remove some blood. How did they do it? By cutting the patient or attaching leeches to their skin. Leeches were particularly popular because they were seen as a gentler method of bloodletting. These slimy creatures would suck blood from the patient, supposedly curing everything from headaches to fevers. While it sounds horrifying today, leech therapy wasn't just limited to ancient times. Believe it or not, leeches are still used in modern medicine for specific treatments like restoring blood flow to reattached fingers or ears. So while the practice has evolved, the creepy little creatures haven't completely disappeared from the medical world. Now, if you think leeches are bad, wait until you hear about trepanation. This was the practice of drilling or cutting a hole into a person's skull. Yes, you heard that right. Doctors, or sometimes just local healers, would open up the skull to treat everything from headaches to seizures and mental illness. The idea was that by creating a hole, they could release evil spirits causing the problem. The oldest evidence of trepanation dates back to around 7,000 years ago. What's even more surprising is that many patients survived the procedure. Archaeologists have found skulls showing signs of healing after trepanation. It's incredible to think that people managed to live through such a dangerous and invasive procedure without anesthesia or proper sterilization. Fast forward to the 20th century and we encounter another shocking medical practice, the lobotomy. Unlike trepanation, lobotomies were considered a modern medical breakthrough in their time. This procedure involved cutting or scraping away connections in the brain's frontal lobe. It was primarily used to treat mental illnesses such as schizophrenia, depression, and anxiety. The lobotomy became popular in the 1930s and 1940s thanks to a man named Dr. Walter Freeman. He even developed a version of the procedure that used an ice pick-like instrument inserted through the patient's eye socket. Freeman performed thousands of lobotomies across the United States, often with little regard for the patient's well-being. While some patients showed improvement, many were left with severe brain damage, personality changes, or worse. By the 1950s, the rise of psychiatric medications made lobotomies largely obsolete. Today, this procedure is seen as one of the darkest chapters in medical history. Of course, these aren't the only bizarre medical practices from history. There were also cures like using mercury to treat syphilis, which often did more harm than good, or consuming ground mummies as medicine during the Renaissance. Yes, people literally believed that powdered mummies had healing powers. There's also the practice of cupping, where heated glass cups were placed on the skin to draw out toxins, or the use of animal dung as a remedy in ancient Egypt. The creativity of ancient healers was limitless, but it often came at a cost to the patient. Looking back at these practices, it's clear how far we've come in understanding the human body and treating illnesses. What seems horrifying or ridiculous to us today was often done out of desperation and a lack of knowledge. It's a reminder to appreciate the advancements of modern medicine and the doctors and scientists who made it possible. Which of these ancient practices surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey through history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more fascinating stories from the past. See you in the next video.